Hey guys, and welcome back. I had a couple of thoughts tonight. It's about 1 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock in the morning over here in Eastern Europe. I'm drinking my chamomile tea before I go to sleep. And I just got off a 2 hour phone call with a group of healers from Southern California, where I'm originally from. And I wanted to talk to you guys about spiritual boundaries and about your own discernment because spiritual discernment. There were about 10 to 11 people on the call on the video chat on Zoom, and I knew two people on the call previously, and I met everyone else. It was a fantastic call, and towards the end of the call, of the 2 hour call, after more people started leaving, and it was just really six of us to speak about our abilities and what's happening with the universe and Earth. Someone asked me if they were able to tap into my energy field. What do you think I said? What do you think my reply was when someone asked me if it was okay for them to tap into my energetic field to connect to other channels that I'm connected to? It's a lot of dust. I said no. Unfortunately, not. You cannot connect. You cannot tap into my esoteric field or my aura or into me. You can't even connect or tap into my apartment where I live. But outside my apartment building, if you have the ability, absolutely, go ahead. Even in the country, tap into the country. If you can do that, then absolutely. But me and this, no. A lot of healers, a lot of people who want to help people, they have a lot of codependency. They are usually people pleasers, and it's difficult to say no. I used to be one. And over the course of so many years, I have learned who I am and how to create boundaries because codependent people and people pleasers don't even know what a boundary line is. So, in the real physical 3D world, we have our boundaries that we put in place to protect us. Our boundaries are the fences that we create on our property, and our property is us. So, we keep out the bad, and there's a door with no lock. So, we could open it and let in the good. People without boundaries don't even know what a fence is or when to say no or how to say no. And a lot of times when you say no, you feel bad. I used to feel so bad. I used to feel bad that I would, I don't know, redo my entire calendar if I felt um if I said yes to something and then I had to say no, and then I would rearrange my whole entire life around whatever I said yes to. so so that's boundaries, physical boundaries. But when we start talking about the invisible world and the hidden world, and now everything is intangible, ooh, the spiritual boundaries, they're difficult to see, they're difficult to maintain, they're difficult to to stand on. And this person was taken back. I realized he was taken back when I said no. And I said it a couple of times because he asked me a couple more times, I think in a very sweet and loving way. But I don't care if you asked me in a sweet and loving way or just in a brash way, I would say no. Because I protect my energy field and my auric field and my soul with my life. And I know that I work on myself every single day. And whatever he's trying to tap into me, whatever he's bringing into me, whatever, when people try to send me good vibes or whatever healing, Reiki healing it is, I say no because the energy that flows through them carries and can bring to me their own stuff, their own energy attachments or lower vibrational, whatever have you. I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you, though. But there are a lot of people in this world who will accept that with open arms. And sometimes A lot of times, the energy and the good vibes and the healing, whatever it is that's flowing through, it kind of gets tainted and colored from the healer who hasn't worked on their own stuff. Take note of that. If this is something new to you, or you need a friendly reminder to reinforce your spiritual boundary lines and your just boundary lines in general, because we live in a 3D world, take just friendly reminder, strengthen it. I used to say yes to everything. I didn't know how to say no. Like I grew up in an Asian household, and my mom and dad, they immigrated from Vietnam, and my mom and dad were super nice. I mean, whenever anyone was in front of us, or no, we were in front of someone else, my mom and dad would always scoot us aside and let the person like basically cut in front of us in line or use whatever it was. And my parents never looked into the eyes of other people. And it's just a culture thing. And then coming from Vietnam to the United States of America, my mom and dad were afraid. They were afraid a lot. And so they listened to what everyone told them to do. And that's how I grew up. And I didn't even know what a boundary line was until I went to therapy in my 20s, and my therapist looked at me and said, I think you need this book. And I love reading. And it was Boundaries No More by Melody Beattie. Or, yeah, I think it was Boundaries. And it was by Melody Beattie. And that was like the first book that opened my eyes and I said, oh my gosh, I can take back my power. I can create my life so I don't have to feel obligated. I felt obligated. I felt obligated to say yes. I don't know why. Like I just and if I said no, then I'd be letting them down. I'd be letting myself down. I'd be letting the world down. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now, no. Your energy speaks before you do. And before, people used to ask me for favors all the time. And because why? My energy spoke before I did. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I didn't even know what the favor was. It's like, yeah, of course. I would totally do it. I was so giving. I am still very, very giving. But at the same time, now when people approach me, they ask me, well, they hesitate to ask me. And they hesitate because they know how busy I am. And they don't want to impede on my time, because time is the most valuable asset in the world. And so now I don't need to say anything. I don't have to say anything. People respect my time and my presence and everything about me because I don't give off that energy that you can come take whatever you want. You can come in and then encroach on my property, because that strong fence around my property, I strengthen that bad boy every single day. So should you. And if you are watching this and you have a problem saying no, start today and just say no. I don't care who it is, the next person, whatever they ask you, just say no. It's going to hurt a little bit. And you know what? Say it again. Keep on saying it until it doesn't make you feel a certain way. You keep saying no. And then later, whoever who's asking you a favor, whatever it is, and you actually do want to do it, you want to do it, not you feel like you have to, call them the next day, text them next day and say, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. But for right now, practice your no's. Just say no. Just say no. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening or morning, and talk to you guys soon. Many blessings.